Hi everyone, welcome back to Henry Dance Tutorials. Today we're going to be learning This and That by Stray Kids. This dance is difficult. If I have to rate it, it's going to be like 9.5 out of 10. So there's a lot of small little counts inside. Don't worry, we're going to break everything down slowly. Let's get started. Alright, so today we'll be learning the chorus of This and That by Stray Kids. You actually start at and 8. So it's 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 3 really short, quick counts after 7 and 8. So at and, you're going to just kick and stand like this. So and like that. With your hands, you're just going out and in. So and like that. So it's just a pose. 5, 6, 7, and You have to be ready at and 8, you're going to tilt your head to the left. Let's do one more time. 5, 6, 7, and 8. After doing 5, 6, 7, and 8, you're going to do a repeating step starting with your left foot first. So you're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 like that. So let's do it at 5, 6, 7, and 8, 1 and 2 and 3. When you're doing 1 and 2 and 3, you're going to have your left hand kind of just on your kind of belt level. You can be grabbing onto your hands. It doesn't really matter, just place it there. That's your left hand. Your right hand is doing a clockwise rotation really quickly. So ta, 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 ta. So just keep rotating, 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 rotating. The action should be out or down. It doesn't have to be exactly the same direction, but it should be down, 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 down instead of up, 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 because you're doing a heavier step. So let's do it one more time, slowly from and 8. This is 5, 6, 7, and 8, 1 and 2 and 3. Actually, when it gets to 3, you don't do the rotation anymore because you have to do your index fingers, both hands, doing a cross when you step with your left again. So this is 1 and 2 and 3. When you hit your hands like this, you're going to get ready to have 2 fingers out and you cross step with 2 fingers doing an X like this. This is 3 and. So the first count is 3 and like that. So if you do it slowly from 1, this is 1 and 2 and 3 and. So hit, hit. Just be careful not to hurt yourself. When you're hitting your arms like this, just pa, pa. It's a ta, ta. So after doing 1 and 2 and 3 and, you're going to have your right foot stepping back, open your knees outward a little bit because we're going to turn them in after. This is 4, have your 2 fingers, right hand up like this with the palm facing you. This is 4 and you go down. So it's easier if you turn in because it looks weird if you go like this. So with your knees turning outward, and when you go down with your hand, you go down with your knees turning in. Not super obviously, just go ta, ta, just a little bit. And also at the same time, you're tilting your head to the right. When you turn your hand to the left, you tilt your head to the left. So this is 4 and. It's a really cool move. So let's do it one more time slowly. This is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So after doing 4 and, it's one of the signature moves from this and that, this and that. For your hand gesture, of course, it's kind of freestyle for your fingers or your hand, I should say. But I would highly recommend you to try to have 3 fingers out like this. So doing like a this and that, this and that. So it goes something like this. So just your hand gestures going 4 and this and that, this and that. It's up to you if you want to look. It's cooler if you want to play around with the attitude. Boom, da, like that. At the same time, you'll be traveling forward. So the first step is stepping with your left heel turn in and kind of scuffing the scuffing the right foot to the back. So boom, like that. So it's a land and come back. This is 5, like that. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a count. So we're gonna go 5. At 6, you're gonna have your left heel turn back out. I know it's complicated, but stay with me. So turn both heels out. And then when you step at 6, you're gonna have your right heel down, but left toe down. So this is one of those things, but you're just traveling forward like that. It's really complicated for the footwork if you're not familiar with these footwork, but that's okay. You can just step going 5, 6, 7, 8. It's still really cool. It's mainly the hand gesture, upper body. Just your left foot, it's something like this, going in and in, and in, just like that. So nothing super complicated for the left foot. For your right is a scuff, step, scuff, step. It's a little bit difficult for me to do it slowly because I'm kind of in the middle of like the air, but I'll try my best to do it slowly from 3 and. This is 3 and then 4 and. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's try to do it from the top slowly at 7 and 8. This is 5, 6, 7 and 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. So after the first 8 doing this and that, the second 8 is super fast, but don't worry, I'm going to break everything down slowly. There's a lot of little small steps within that 8 count. So if you follow the lyrics, it's a little bit easier, so I'll try to teach it with the lyrics. They were singing, we could take a coupe or a truck, vroom, vroom. So 2 types of cars, coupe and a truck. So the first step being your hands doing a blade arms, heading out and in. So we could take a. So that's already super fast going, we could take a. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. We could take a. For your feet, it's a little bit more confusing because you're not stepping what I thought they were doing with this. When you're doing this hand gesture, you're not stepping down with your left. It's actually faster or a little bit earlier. So this is you're gonna kick your right foot out and hop to the left. We could. So going out, in. And then before you go down, you actually step down at this part where you put your hands up. So this is, we could take a. Let's do it one more time, slowly. Going 5, 6, 7, 8. We could take a. After going we could take a, this one, the a is actually a continuous movement. It's not a pause. So you go in a little bit, crossing your arm because we're going to pop with your arms hitting out or your elbow hitting the back. Boom, like that. There's a lot of these moves. So prepare to imagine you hit something with your elbow. Boom, and then come back. It's more like the rebound that is the most dramatic. Instead of hitting the back, is actually the hit and come back. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8. We could take a coupe. That's when they were singing coupe. And when you're hitting the coupe, you actually initiate a little ball change with your right going right left. So this is boom ta ta. If I face this way, it's a little bit easier for you to see. Going boom ta ta. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8. We could take a coupe ta ta. I'm sorry that the lighting might be looking different right now because I'm running out of daylight. I started a little bit late today, but eventually I'll start using a proper light to light myself up so you guys can see me no matter if I'm filming during daytime or nighttime. So let's review the steps first. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8. We could take a coup ta ta. The ta ta is or a, and then shrug. So after coup or a, shrug, you want to rotate your whole body with your arms swinging or punching down until here, because you want to go vroom vroom with your right arm. So your head will follow the arms and the fists going down around like this. So this is, we could take a coup or a truck, and then when you get to here, this is where you will do this pulling situation. It's like starting an engine, but I think this is more like starting a lawnmower instead of a car. But anyway, this is vroom vroom. Again, you want to imagine yourself using your elbow and you hit something, so you bounce back instead of going boom boom. It's actually boom boom, like that, going forward. And try to stretch your neck like more for this dance, because there's a lot of like, not whiplash, but you don't want to get injured when you are popping too hard. So imagine yourself hitting a wall, boom, boom. This is vroom, vroom. And at the same time, the first vroom, there should be a tiny little heel thingy that some of them were doing and some of them were not. I don't know, but let's try to do it so you can simplify it without doing it after. The first vroom being boom. So heel and elbow hitting at the same time, come back, and the second one stays boom. Let's do it one more time slowly from here. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. We could take a coupe or a truck, vroom, vroom. So the first one you can add the heel, the second one just stay. So after doing vroom, vroom, you hit, and then you rotate the other way. Remember, we rotate this way before. Now you rotate the other way, which is the left side, because you want to step and point. Everything makes sense. So this one is truck, vroom, vroom. I got this. You point with your left hand, pointing to the right, stepping your right foot down. This and that. That is your left leg up like this instead of stepping down. So this and that. I know it's a little bit more confusing because you're not doing a step per point. You're actually going step up, step up. You can tell that I'm going down, up, down, up already. So that's the last 4 counts of the second 8. We're only on the second 8. But let's try to do it slowly again from vroom vroom. We could take a coupe or a truck, vroom vroom. I got this and that, this and that. Now let's try to go from the top of the second 8 count. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. We could take a coupe or a truck, vroom vroom. I got this and that, this and that. So after doing this and that, this and that, we're getting into the third 8, which is even more confusing because the steps are not too obvious. But that's when they're saying cappuccino and americano. That's the lyrics. And it's easier to follow the lyrics. It's much easier to follow the lyrics. It's so hard to count. It's all NR counts. So this is this and that, this and that. Your right foot is up, right? So there is no lyrics before cappuccino because the first cap, it's a bigger hit. So you just go step down with your right and then go clap, clap. So right foot, right hand on top, left hand at the bottom, clap, clap, just twice. So ta-ta, like that. Let's go slowly from here. That says 1, 2, 3, 4, this and that, this and that, ta-ta. After going 5, 6, 7, 8, and at 1, which is when they're singing cappuccino, the ka. So here, I know it's kind of awkward because your right hand is already up, but you're still going to hit up, and imagine hitting your head, but behind your head, don't hit your head, just behind it. So it's like a boom. Again, one of those rebounds. So boom, like that. And at the same time, you're going to step with your right foot again. So from here, this is ta ta, boom, like that. Just step and imagine you're like falling to the right side. So this is ta ta, boom. This is ka at 1. Let's do one more time from here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This and that, this and that, ka ka, boom, like that. Ka ka, ka. I know I'm saying ka ka ka, but this is cappuccino, so cappuccino. So after doing ta ta ka, this is where the super not obvious step is about. It's almost like you're doing like a drunk step while you are turning your body facing the left. So this is right, left, right, left. That's the number of steps. So remember that after ka, this is left, right, left. At the same time, you're doing right index finger on your left palm like this. Imagine you're making a coffee or a drink like this. Rotating from the top view is counterclockwise. So it's like this. I think it's easier if you watch it from the camera this way. So this is ta ta cappuccino. You will do 2 rotations while doing ta ta ta, 3 steps, which is the confusing part. But that's okay. I don't think it matters how many times you do this. Just don't go too fast. So after going cappuccino and you will be facing 45 to the left. And at Americano, so just pretend that you're doing like a drinking gesture during So Americano, Let's do it slowly again from here. This and that. 1, 2, 3, 4. This and that. This and that. Ta ta cappuccino and So after going cappuccino and Americano, right? So American. So there's nothing until no. So American. No, you're gonna hop to the right with both feet. So hop. When you're hopping, you're crossing your hands like this. Imagine holding onto 2 drinks like this, and then hop and then open it up. So this is Americano, like that. So there's nothing crazy going on after doing all these things. So this is cappuccino and Americano. So after doing Americano, it will get into the part where they were saying, I'll take this and that, this and that. Again, this is a really casual move. Whenever they're singing this and that, just act casual. It doesn't have to be super sharp or super purposeful for the steps. So for this, we are facing 45 to the right, and we have our right hand holding onto the drink, right? And you're just drinking it. When you drink, every time you want to arch your back a little bit and sit. So sit like this. From here, going sit and throw. And then you switch side. Let's do one more time. Slowly from here. This is cappuccino. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. Cappuccino and Americano. I'll take this and that. And then you switch side, this and that. Same thing, just arch your back every time you do the drink and throw. And the other hand or other arm, just let it dangle. That's the purpose. It doesn't have to be like forced, just relax. So let's go from the top of the third 8 count, starting with this and that. That's the second 8 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, this and that, this and that. Ta ta cappuccino and Americano. I will take this and that, this and that. So after doing this and that, this, and that, we're getting into the last 8 count, which is the fourth 8 count. This 8 count, it's easier to follow counts. I know it's confusing because the lyrics, it doesn't really help with following with the moves. So let's follow counts. So this is this and that, this and that. Immediately, you're going to swing your right arm from the back and imagine grabbing your head. Don't go too hard on this. Again, stretch your neck because you're going to use your elbow, your right elbow, to imagine hitting your left knee going 1. Again, this is one of those really strong rebound. Going 1, you're going to bounce back. When you imagine hitting your knee, don't hit your knee, just keep a distance. Boom, this is 1 and 2 and. So for the footwork, this is going to be this and that, this and that, 1 and 2 and. Because you're going to hit, hit. So 2 kind of hitting the wall in front of you, going boom, da, da, boom. So for your upper body, after doing 1 and 2 and, it's really natural because you're going to do elbow heading down, and then your right arm will swing backward like this and forward. So you're doing this arm gesture with your right arm doing most of the work. Boom, ta, ta, boom. So 2 hits. This is 1 and 2 and. So after doing 1 and 2 and, we're going to hit 3 and 4 and, hitting all the and counts. So here we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and is really sudden and coming out of nowhere. You literally just quietly put your left foot in the same line parallel with your right, and then at 3 and, all of a sudden you just like that. So there's almost no prep. This is 3 and. Just hit with your elbows going down, and then when you do this, your body is going to go up, and at the same time you pick up your left foot. This is 3 and 4 and. Again, super sudden. There's a little bit of a popping inside. So going pop, pop. Let's do it one more time slowly. This is this and that, this and that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So after going 3 and 4 and, it's super simple. That's the end of the entire course, but it's really simple because they're singing this and that, this and that. You can already tell that I'm really casual because the steps are just this and that, this and that. You're literally walking into the next formation with a really casual, I don't care kind of attitude, doing this and that, this and that. After doing 5, 6, 7, 8, you're going to hit an 1. So same thing as the very, very beginning of the course. You go and 1. That's the center person. If you're outside, you're going to look out and then look back towards the center person. Let's pretend that you're the center one and you're going to go 8 and 1. Let's go from 5, 6. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Now let's try to go from the top of the last 8 count from here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, this and that, this and that, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. That's it. We just finished learning the entire course of This and That by Stray Kids. As I said before, this dance is really challenging, but you guys made it till the end. That's amazing. Let's try to practice this with my count slowly from the very top at around 0.5x the speed. So we'll be starting at 7 and 8. This is 5, 6, 7 and 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. We could take a coupe or a truck. Vroom, from this and that, this and that, ta-ta, cappuccino and Americano, this and that, this and that, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, and a 1. That's it. We just finished learning the entire course of This and That by Stray Kids. It's a really challenging dance, and as I said before, there's a lot of small details and there's a lot of like tiny little counts within the 8 counts. There's only 4 8 counts, but it feels like there's 8. So don't worry, just keep practicing. Don't force yourself to do both the upper body and the lower body together for the first time. Just keep practicing either just the footwork or upper body movements and then combine them together. You don't have to learn the whole thing in one go. It took me a while to learn the whole thing. So keep practicing and let me know down in the comment section below if you have any questions about this dance or if you have any song suggestions you want me to learn and teach in the future videos. Thank you so much once again for practicing with me. I'll see you in the next one.